Mr. Chair, it's been great working with you. I've enjoyed our time together on the committee and our time together as neighbors in the Rayburn office building. Ranking Member Stiles, thank you for being here today and your hard work on this subcommittee. And thanks for welcoming me to share a few remarks. The People's House is beyond mismanaged. It is broken. Over the course of these past 3 years, Speaker Pelosi and the House Administration Committee Democrats have manipulated the rules at every turn. They've weaponized the institution and its support entities to consolidate power and politicized the day-to-day operations of the House. Member Day hearings were created in House rules by the Democratic majority, and now they are the ones attempting to avoid them. Opening our committee to fellow members from all regions, seniorities, delegations, and parties is a sign of respect. In typical fashion, the Democrat majority has pulled out all the stops to suppress members' opportunities to have an audience with the committee that is responsible for executing the Speaker's weaponization of the institution by doing this hearing right before Christmas and housing it with our good chairman, Mr. Butterfield, who I have the utmost respect for, and I know this wasn't his decision, but housing it with the committee's subcommittee on elections. As a recap, here are just a few of the things that have happened this year under the Democratic majority. They failed to properly oversee the security of the Capitol complex on January 6th, leaving members and staff completely exposed, took no responsibility for it, and have made no meaningful changes since to ensure it doesn't happen again. They allowed a Democrat member to be on the House floor so they could vote in the Speaker election days after testing positive for COVID, risking the health of every member while not affording the same opportunity to Republican members. They have politicized guidance coming from the Office of Attending Physician related to COVID-19 to justify mask mandates and to keep the People's House closed to the American people, while on the other side of the same building, tours have resumed and no mandates exist. They manufactured a false narrative about Republican members being a threat to Democrat members and passed a rule requiring members to go through magnetometers or face fines. In practice, only Republican members have been fined despite video evidence of the Speaker and other Democrats failing to follow the same requirement. At the same time, this committee has failed to execute even its most basic administrative functions. Here are just a few examples. A Republican member submitted to the committee on August 18th a standard request to allow the MRA to cover damages to a rental car that occurred in the course of official duties. It took the majority of this committee 10 weeks to approve the request. The Committee on Ethics and Minority Staff of this committee produced draft joint guidance for members and staff on multiple different issues in August of 2020. Majority staff of this committee did not even respond until September of 2021, over a year later. A Republican staffer of this committee was out over $500 of their own money for over 14 weeks, while the majority staff of this committee failed to process his reimbursement request. These are horrible precedents to set. As we on the committee are aware, House administration is a unique committee because so much of what we do is inward facing to our institution. We are a member service committee. The mission I've set for my team is to make the House work, because a stronger, healthier, and more efficient institution can serve all Americans better. It's well past time for accountability and for the majority members of this committee to understand the frustration and negative impact their decisions and actions have had on members' ability to do their jobs and represent our constituents and the American people. I'm grateful for the members who have put forth the time and effort to be with us today to share their experiences and their feedback. And with that, Mr. Chair, I yield back.